Ingai, real quick, we have a quick culture question for you.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully, this doesn't take us into a whole tailspin of another, longer. But real quick, there is
Yeah.
talk that Elon Musk is going. Now he owns Twitter. There's a talk that
Yeah.
Elon Musk is going to step away from Tesla. Have you
hmm
heard anything about that? And what do you think about the state of Twitter now that Elon Musk has taken over? There's been a rise in certain types of conversations, and it's become maybe people that were banned are being brought back, people are being silenced, and give us a quick synopsis on this as we wrap up the show.
So one of Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez's advisors famously made this statement: "Every billionaire is a policy mistake," and I think Elon Musk is living proof of that. The fact that this man has demonstrated a certain amount of expertise in a couple of areas doesn't mean that that's transferable knowledge, experience, or wisdom. That's exactly what we're seeing with his stewardship of Twitter. Twitter's a social network. That means it runs on top of a technology stack. So there are technology things that affect its performance and affect the experience that we all have. But because he's putting all of his emphasis on his stated emphasis on the network part of it and not enough on the social, right? So this whole thing with the Twitter files and the scandal and whatnot and the secret cabal, and when you look at on who's on the secret cabal of people who are deciding the reach of tweets and what to, what to calling it shadow banning, or basically what to downrank and what to leave alone. It's exactly the people you would expect to be on a committee like that, right? It's the legal, head of trust and safety, the CEO. You know what I'm saying? So what does that mean that it's a secret cabal? Like I feel like he is a troll. Like, I don't know how you guys feel about profanity on the show, but that's what they call it. He's a shit poster. Like, that's what he is. And he's trying to run Twitter by shit posting and you know, billionaire exceptionalism and all those things. Like, who spends 40 some $billion, 44 million? Who spends $44 to buy something with literally no due diligence? He declined due diligence on the company and then tried to get out of the transaction. Like, this is nuts
Right.
stuff. Like, none of this is good for Twitter. It's not good for the world. And so him stepping away from Tesla to focus on Twitter, like, please do not. Do less. Like, go back to Tesla and put Twitter in the hands of someone sane and knowledgeable who can figure out the actual challenges. Like, I mean, if I'm an investor in Tesla or SpaceX, like some of these other companies, like, he has phalanxes of engineers from those companies who are now at Twitter working on this full time. How is that okay? If I'm an investor in these other companies and you took this thing private, you bought it with your own money, why are the resources that are supposed to be enriching me going to this other company? Make that make sense. It does not make sense other than billionaire exceptionalism, right? And so I honestly think the best thing for Twitter would be for him to walk away. I was very hopeful that the transaction wouldn't go through, but it's been a dark day, to be honest. And the last couple of things I'll say, like, yes, so he is bringing back some of the worst. Nazis and transphobes and like other stuff, like kind of like people who were removed from the platform for good reason, right? He's brought back. Look at the whole thing with Kanye, right? He brought Kanye back, and within, was it even days, he's posting a swastika inside of a Star of David and going on his like anti-Semitic world tour, spouting all kinds of stuff on like Alex Jones and Proud Boy podcasts and stuff like that, right? Like, this is who Elon's riding with and whatnot. Like, Again, billionaire exceptionalism, right? A very dangerous mentality. So, and the last thing I'll say about the Twitter files, right, is the whole thing. It's like they may have issues, like they're under a consent decree with the Federal Trade Commission, and they're also under the oversight of the European Union through the GDPR, right? Like a privacy act. So there are things that he's doing that may be against the terms, in violation of the terms of the consent decree with the Federal Trade Commission. Like that's a real issue. When you're under a consent decree, that means that like it's not like you're just like going before a traditional judge or anything like that. It means you said you're going to do these things. Like we found you guilty of something. You said you're going to run this company. And so like if you're not, like we can bring down the hammer. We don't have to go through all the layers of red tape. But his mentality is like move fast, break stuff. Like I talked to my wife about the idea that like celebrity and power creates a reality distortion field. And that field affects not only the people around the person, it affects the person themselves. So when you look at a Kanye or you look at a Trump or you look at an Elon Musk, if I had achieved the things that achieved, I'd probably be nuts too. You know what I'm saying? Because most human beings don't achieve those things, don't accomplish those things, don't have that kind of success, don't go against people saying you can't do this, can't do that, and come out on top. But we all hit the limits of what we can do. We all run into those limits, and each of those people hit those limits hard. And Elon, we are seeing the limits of what Elon is capable of in his abysmal stewardship of Twitter. That's what's up.
Wow.
That's good stuff.
Listen, there's nothing else to say about it.